Everything's connected. NGC 6503. Okay. Let's see how good this is. Should be in focus enough to figure some stuff out. Now, let's go to the other machine. So I have this machine and I have this machine, which I haven't set up yet. And I am not looking at the chat at the moment. So if you're asking me anything, just click on the mic. Let's see. Spindle. Might have to up the exposure a little bit here. That's probably what the problem is. Yes, that's probably what happened here. So let's go to 16 seconds. Oh, not milliseconds, Jeff. Let's see what we got. If there isn't enough exposure, then the plate solve will fail. So I'm using the latest driver, and I have been finding that it's acting up. For some reason. Like right now, see this little line down here? That's kind of, when it starts acting up, it does this. So I actually have to go out and stop the camera and repower it. So let me do this. I'll shut this down. And I will go in to, what is that, sharp cap, MallinCam, DLL 25, that's the one I'm using. So maybe I'm not using the latest. That B. And we'll go here. And I think that is not the latest and greatest. Well, maybe it is. This is what I was saying about getting caught. Easy enough to fix. Okay, let's see if this works any better. Yep. So I think the latest driver may have an issue, Jack. But again, this, like I said, this is the first time I'm running all this stuff in almost 8 months. So hard to say for sure. Let's see. Do we want to go positive? $30,000. So let's go to 8. I want. Am I going the right way? Let's make it 6. This is you forget. I don't write anything down, so it you forget what you did when it's such a long break. It's not like riding a bike, basically. So let's go. Make a bigger jump. There we go. You can see I don't, the collimation's off because the stretch is one way. It's going back. Yeah. Now this is the, I don't use the one that Robin gives the program. I usually go and just grab the SDK, and the one I had was from, I believe, it says 529, so that might be, let's take a peek at it. It's not going to give me the right info because I changed the name. I believe this is the one from January. let's see what this says. That's going to be the same to me. It says 12/22/23. And that's the date I changed the name. So if we go, and the one I'm using is, I believe this is from January. 6/23, or no, this is the new one, right? 6/23/25. That might be the new one. Tells you what I know. Oh. Looks like something slipped on me here. When all else fails. Focuser. And let's see if we can get an autofocus. Yeah, the way I understand it, the DLL that's in MallinCam Sky is the same one that's used, or maybe it isn't, because you got fields. There's fields in that one. I never really tried. I always grab the one that's in the SDK. I never ever use the one that anybody ships because it's usually old. So what's happening now, Andrew? I don't know, Andrew, how much do you know about astronomy? Are you an astronomy guy?
Yeah, I've got a telescope.
Okay. So what do you do, AP or EAA?
I'm an EAA, but I haven't done it for a while.
Yeah. So I just had my C14 in pieces, and you can tell by the look of my stars that I was having trouble. So I'm doing an autofocus in Nina, and the curve is looking very good. That's backlash.
It's been a while since I've used
So
Sharp
if I go,
and I've never used the autofocus.
Sharp Cap's autofocus is weird. I don't generally like to use that because it just does weird stuff. And what I just have to do is sit down, have enough time to sit down with it and figure it out. But it doesn't act like Nina's focus, which is great. I mean, it's so it's
watching you on your telescope is encouraging me to get out there again. I tell you, since I've been doing streaming, it's taken me away from astronomy. So I need to get back.
Yeah. It is Now this is the big test. So I have focus. Let's see if it looks decent here. It looks good enough. It looks good enough for hand grenade and horseshoes here. So let's see. So Robin has changed quite a bit.
You've got another guest. Howard is on.
Hey, Howard. So what I want to do is, now that I have stars, I want to go back and do a plate solvent sync because it already knows where I wanted to go. And it just failed because it wasn't seeing any stars. So now you can see that it's realized that it's not on the target. So it's recentering. And if you look right here, I think that's our target. So I think. Let's bump up the exposure a little bit. Let's go to 32 seconds and see what we get. Now the thing with SharpCap is it'll let you do EAA, but it's working in linear world where MallinCam Sky is kind of like the opposite of that. So not saying that that's bad, but yeah, that's our target right there. Okay, so let's go. I don't know why. Display stretch is on. That's what I wanted. So we're kind of marginal here. What is my black level? Is 512. That's pretty good. I like to have the black level so that there's room on the left side. And I use the black level to do that. Okay, so I think we're in good shape here. Let's start the guider. Maybe. It's always fun starting stuff up that's set in the garage for 8 months.
Jack has a question about gain and binning, what it is.
For the DS24,
I don't know.
it is currently $32 for the exposure, and the binning, or I'm sorry, I don't bin, Jack. I'm bin 1. I don't bin. I hate binning. So my gain is at 30,000, which is that's 40% of what this goes. And you'll notice that Robin uses analog gain. So like max gain on this thing is 75,000. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the stacker. And because I'm guiding, I can do dithers. And that's going to be huge. Huge. And And what you'll see, because this is a linear stack, the stack is going to get tighter. Or I'm sorry, the histogram will get tighter as you start throwing frames at it. And again, I have to apologize. My collimation is not very good today. But I don't care. No enhancements. This is where you can tell it to guide. What I want to do is go into here and guiding PhD. So I picked PhD to do it. So every 150 frames or every 150 seconds, it will dither. Now I don't have, or do I? Do I have a flat? I do. But I took the flat with no focus. So it's a junk flat. So what I'm going to do is just clear this out and start it again. And I want to see what my FWHM numbers are. Should be pretty good tonight. Now I also have, oops, sorry, status, histogram, background. Well, maybe I should have left it. It will go away with the dither. Color calibration default. So I'm aligning the frames. This is just a standard sharp cap align. I'm sigma clipping. So what this number 5 means is it needs 5 frames in the stack before it'll start rejecting frames. Kind of like what happens in MallinCams Sky. Sometimes you can get a weird frame in those in the stacking section where you're picking a number. I forget what it's called. I think it's called number. And those are fields. So I always pick an even number so that you've got an odd and an even field, so that when it makes the stack, it always has the correct number of fields to make the stack. That's just me. Now, the other thing that, because I'm not blowing the stars out, what you can see is there's some color in these stars. And as the stack builds, and this is the big difference between Sharp Cap and MallinCams Sky, is that as the stack builds, it's almost like a Serial or a PixInsight stack where you're building signal. So the longer you go, the better the data gets. And then what will happen is this schmutz here, because I'm dithering, will slowly go away. So we've got 2 frames. What's going on? I got to raise my FWHM number. Let's go to 14. And that should help the cause. So there's 4 people. So the stats that I see are 4 people. And it's 320 26 kilobits per second, which is what I was telling you. God darn it. 15. Must have some water coming in. When you get high FWHM numbers like this, you're usually fighting humidity. I'll just get it out of the way. 16. There we go. I don't need to reject. And the other thing, the other difference between MallinCam Sky and SharpCap is because you can play with the because you're building signal differently in the stack, you're not blowing out the stars as bad, which is a big bugger for me because that's a lot of the image are the stars. So you start to lose the colors. Let's see how the guiding is going. It's not bad, 0.54. That's really good for the big scope. So I'm just going to let that crank for a little bit and jump over to the Raza and start. Oops. Oh, what do we want to? My trees are so big. I'm losing I'm losing sky quickly. If I hit on this crypto stuff, I'm gonna chop them all down. Oh, there's some let's see if we can pelicans up. Whoa. Come back to mama. There it is. This might be in the tree. So that must be in the bubbles up. There's the wizard. Yeah, there's the bubble. I like the bubble. Okay, let's. So the difference, whoops, I probably should have put, so that's a dither right there. And we now have 7 frames, which is 3 minutes. And we're starting to see that the noise is going away. And because I got the first dither in, this will slowly fade away. I wonder if I can, now the other thing that is nice is you can actually, background subtraction. I'll try a linear gradient. Let's see if that helps. I probably needed to do that at the beginning. Guiding FWHM. Now, playing with the histogram doesn't affect the stack because it's linear. So if I go in, I can now make an adjustment on this histogram. And I like to use this one because of the mid slider. You can see my stars are just a little bit elongated, but I'll have to spend, hopefully I'll have more time to get the gear out. Okay, so I'm going to oops. So I've just picked a target in Stellarium, which happens to be the bubble. And now I'm going to jump over to the framer in Nina. And if you click on this, it will load up the coordinates from Stellarium. And then you can move this around. And we're going to slew the big scope or the little scope. Now this is the offline catalog, as you can see here. So I have this is the Gaia catalog. Oh, it's in the trees. Wouldn't you know it? Stop. That's not nice. Excuse me. So I'm going to go a little higher. We'll go to the lion. And oops. I'll do this. Hopefully that's not in the trees. Now last year, those would not have been in the trees. That's how much they grew. Too much frickin' water in the spring. So there's some trees, but the lion is not in them. So that's fine by me. I'll tell you, plate solving has made me lazy, and I love it. So now I can figure out what the rotation is by clicking that knob, and you'll see that if the rotation is off, you just saw the little box rotate. So now I'm going to put this into the sequencer. And I want to slew, I want to center, I'm already there, start guiding. I want to autofocus on start. And every 30 minutes, let's make it 20 minutes. And now I want to make 180 of these little suckers at 30 seconds. I want to dither every 10. So every 5 minutes, it will do a dither. Life's good. Now I can just start it. And if we go to the imaging, beautiful, that might be, that's a set. How you been, Howard? Long time no talk. I've been working with my mom. She's in her 90s, and she's been a pretty big handful lately. So I haven't been around very much. But at least she's still here. So how do you like your Starlink, Jack? I just got a thing in the mail from them. My area had, if I signed up for 1 year of service, they gave me all the hardware for nothing. I almost did it. Nice. Let me just turn my speaker down a little bit. So, nice. Beautiful. Beats the old Verizon dongle. Well, back in the day, it was good, but so you can see my deck is bumping one way. That's mainly because I probably have the balance wrong. But it's not bad. I mean, it's 0.43. I'm not going to argue with that. So that's a nice curve. You can see how pinpoint those stars are. You know, this scope could use 2-micron pixels. So this is almost ready. Okay, it finished. So that's where it was, that's where it went. And that's steps. There's the lion right in the center of the screen there. Look at those stars. Nice. I really was fortunate to be able to get my corners flat finally. I mean, this is the best that my stars have ever looked in the Raza. So all of this information is FWHM numbers, which is used for focusing. So anything where you don't see that are ignored when you focus, because you never want to focus on the exact center of your image or the outer edge of your image. Okay, so this is rocking and rolling. And this is not looking too shabby, and you can see that this is slowly disappearing. My little schmutz mark there. So let's clean up this. What happened to... Why is the color balance way off? That's close enough for me. WHM numbers are very high. Let me take a look. So I read a report. I sent it to Matt. It says that Iowa has the best pricing for someone who wants to retire. So like it's got the cheapest homes, the cheapest cost of living. Everything is, Iowa is number one when it comes to retiring. But I don't know if I could handle that much flat. I used to go back in my IndyCar days, driving my butt all over the USA in a Chevrolet. I don't know how many miles I have through Iowa. It is a lot. So this is the dithers. I'm going to need to spend a little time culminating this scope. Okay, let's go someplace else. Where do we want to go? Oh, what the heck? Stellarium is not liking the world today. I'm wondering, let's see. Blue Horsehead. It might be Triffid. Omega. That might be up. $66.18. It's the lobster. Interesting. Did I goof up the number? Nope. Interesting. So this is got to make a big move. do have a little bit of a wind thingy going on. Now this is a 2-star alignment. I think I busted out by accident. So generally what happens with any of my scopes is that, especially plate solving with any of my scopes, is it 2 times. It's always going to take 2 times. Nice. Okay, so let's jump into the stacker. Go back to the guider. Yes, I know you yelled at me. Stop. Ready, set, go. So I don't know if you guys have been trying to talk to me here, but yes, they are. The big thing, unless I move, I'm going to say that I'm probably a year or 2 away from this stuff not being able to be seen by me because my trees are growing so tall. I mean, I got pine trees that are 100 foot. It'll probably cost 20 grand to get rid of them. Yeah, you can see my stars are looking ready. I probably should focus, but we'll do that next time. Yes, it does. If I had better collimation, the stars wouldn't look so crappy. But the nice thing, because I'm not really pushing the exposure that hard, and I'm using the histogram, as long as I have a little bit of space here for my darks, then that's all the exposure you need. Oh, freaking bugs. And then you just move the mid. And what will happen is the image will only get better as the signal starts to fill in. Like this stuff in through here will really start to be, although maybe not today with my collimation being so sucky, but normally what would happen is this, these darker areas would really start to get some detail and dynamic range, which gives you the detail. Now what will happen if I go to the status, you can see right here that the bit depth is 17, and that's with 2 frames in the stack. So let me just check the FW. See how bad the numbers are today? So let me make it 24. Oops. Geez, even that's close. Go to 25 maybe. And that's really bad. And some of that is probably my collimation, so I'm not going to blame the skies because the Raza's doing very well. But what winds up happening is the same way when you stack in either Serial or PixInsight is you're feeding it 16-bit data, but you wind up with a 32-bit file. And the same thing will happen here. So now I'm up to 18 bits in 4 frames. And it will just keep growing the longer you go until eventually it reaches the max. Now that's that dynamic range is your bit depth. Probably should have framed it up a little better, but lazy astronomer right here. So there's a nice orange star right there. Now the image is looking flat. It's just that my collimation is off. We'll get it. What happened, the reason why I took the 14 apart was at the end of last season, which was October for me, my autofocuses started crapping out. And what I found is that the grease I was using on the screw for the focuser wasn't heavy enough. And by the time the end of the season rolled around, it had worked all the grease off the screw. So I have much better grease on that. The baffle tube, I don't ever have a problem with the baffle tube. I just use super lube on that, mainly for the temperature. Yeah, I actually did this afternoon, Howard. I did a solar with the 152 and was getting some decent views until the heat of the day took over. Okay, so we'll let this go a little bit more. So we've got 4 minutes of data here. That's not bad. So this is the big argument with EAA. You got the short exposure guys, and then you got guys like me. In the end, in 4 minutes, we probably have the same amount of data. And the image looks probably just as good both ways. So who knows? Yeah, there's that one, geez, there's one chain of them, like 5 in a row. Had a hard time getting them all in. Big. So did you guys hear about Yellowstone? All the animals are leaving? And then I saw last night that I don't know what kind of dolphins they are, but this like thousands of dolphins are swimming away from the northern, like, what's that called up that way? The northeastern Pacific, and they're all headed south. And there's deer and stuff that are migrating right through Colorado, and they're all trying to get away from Yellowstone. So Yellowstone must be sending them signals. Well, this is my EAA right here. And because this is a linear file, when I can save this data in either 32-bit or 16-bit, and then I can take it into serial and process it like I normally would. I don't save the individual frames. I just save the stack. Okay, let's look for, this is how many minutes? So this is 7 minutes. I mean, that looks pretty good. Let's see what we can find here. I wonder if the bubble's going to be high enough. The eagle. Let's go to the eagle. I like him. 6611. I think what I might do before I go there is shut the camera down. And go to Nina, start the camera, go to this guy. And we're going to do an autofocus because it's been a while. Feels good to get back into the swing of things here. 2 scopes running. Oh boy. Yeah, it's unbelievable. It started with, I believe, the buffalo, and then, or I'm sorry, it started with the bears, then the buffalo, and then the elk, and then in Colorado, somewhere in Colorado, thousands of deer walking through populated areas, all leaving, heading destination unknown. Yeah, it is. And then all those fish moving southwest from, there was that, what was that big earthquake near Kodiak? I think that's where all those animals were, the fish were leaving that area. it figures. Somebody put a map up of the if Yellowstone blows, all of the areas. So he had like you have the area right around Yellowstone, as you forget about it. And then just outside of that is the ash. And then just outside of that is some other stuff. And then I'm right on the edge of the two lightest effects from Yellowstone. But that, how can they figure that out? That's going to be wind driven, all that stuff. The ash cloud. So I think we're auto-focused, yes, and it changed it a little bit. I get to talking, sorry guys. Yeah, but there wasn't much of they took a lot of it down fairly quickly. What do I want, 6611? Yes. NGC. Now, if you ever use SharpCap's go-to catalog, target, and coordinates tool, you always have to have 4 numbers. If you only like M for NGC 26, you got to have NGC 0026. Otherwise, it won't find the target in the database. I don't know. Is that a British thing? Okay, let's see. Hopefully we see the boom. Yeah, there he is. All right, so let's do this. Let's make this 8. And hope I'm going the right way. Nope. Never fails. Mr. Eagle. I got to get him while I can. I only can get the eagle, that whole area, Triffid, eagle, swan. I can only get it for like a month and a half, and I missed a lot of it because June was so smoky around here. Let's see if this gets us a little better. There he is right there. So we got to go way up. It might do it. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, let's go into the stacker. And we got to restart because I forgot to turn it off like I always do. So, probably need to do a little more exposure. I'll let it build up a little bit. See you, Howard. Mount St. Helens. That was a big boom. You can see that, you know, what I might be getting into also is some more smoke. You know, there was some smoke coming down. What time is it? 12 o'clock. What is... Okay, what am I trying to do? Trying to get this guy. Jeez, I got to work on the... Let me go see if there's a cable snag. Nope. Oh, I know what it is. I forgot to take the pole master off the Raza, so it's out of balance, which is why the deck is doing what it's doing. So I can show you. So all of this is because my deck is seeing the effects of the pole master at the end of the scope. And it's showing up here instead of having everything centered. But live and learn. So you can see the FWHM numbers are jumping around on the Raza too. So my skies must not be the best in the world. Compared to what it was this morning or this afternoon. Well, I have, mine has got I don't mount it because I use the same pole master for all my gear. I have it on an AMD clamp, which is pretty heavy. And then on top of that, I have a Raspberry Pi case that the pole master is mounted to. So there's probably 3 pounds right there. And it's at the end of the scope, the worst place you can have it. And I don't want to lose a frame to take it off, although I could. I can pause the, yeah, let me do that. Go to the sequence and just pause it. Okay, so now what I want to do is grab this. And take the pole master off. That ought to help the cause. Let's see if it's, oops. Let's see. Yeah, they're already hitting in the center now. Much nicer. Oh, the things you forget. I think. So how many frames do we have? We have 70 stacked. 9 minutes. How can it be 70? Oh, I know why. 8 seconds. Ah, how about them apples? That's probably why it's so. That's on me. Okay, so you see what this looks like, 7 minutes of data at 8 seconds. So I'm going to stop this stack and just go up to 24 seconds. And let's see what that looks like. Much nicer. Okay, so let's turn this on. Yeah, that looks better already.
Jeff, you don't use any narrowband filters, do you?
I have a light pollution filter, and I believe it's I believe it's, what's the name of the company? Jeez, the Japanese company. Astro Hutech sells it. And what I got it for is it covers some of the LED spectrum, which is really a pain in the ass around here. And the problem with LED lights is it covers it. It's a broadband light because it uses R, G, and B to make white light. Kind of a pain. Okay.
Because it's nice how you're picking up that nebula. I mean, I wasn't able to do it in the old days, but I wasn't using a narrowband filter.
Well, this is not really a narrowband filter. It's more of a broadband, and it's picking the frequencies, or not frequencies, but it's picking the light spectrum that covers, like back in the day, mercury vapor lights and incandescent lights and LED.
Straight lights.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you or Jack mind if I one time just post these links into the our Toronto Center forum? Because I'm sure some of the forum members that I'm a member of would like to see this. They're mainly optical guys, so.
Yeah, I don't have any problem.
Okay.
And I'm sure
I'm trying to get people into EAA, but it's like bashing their heads,
Yeah. Been there, done that.
Yeah, I give up sometimes, but I mean, just so they can see what's going on instead of, talking about getting all night data,
Well, like I said, there's a couple ways to do EAA, and like MallinCam Sky is one way, and MallinCam Sky goes for your target, which is okay, nothing wrong with it. Where SharpCap is going to cover a broader, it's more like an AP workflow, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
but
it makes sense. But you're still, 5 minutes, 6 minutes,
Yeah. Well, actually, less.
Yeah.
Let's go.
But they talk in hours,
Oh yeah, that's that is, well, like on my Raza, I'm grabbing 90 minutes of 30-second frames.
Okay, yeah.
Now that's That's an AP workflow.
Yeah, that's the astro photography.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what is nice about SharpCap is it's basically allowing me to use that same AP workflow in a different way.
Yeah, I appreciate that because I haven't seen this before. Or it's been a long time since I've seen it. I've been using MallinCam Sky, but
Well, I don't know how long it's been since you have been doing astronomy last, but Robin last year came out with this version 4 that we're using now. And it was out towards the end of 2023. And this is still beta software.
wow.
He updates it like every other week now.
But you've still got to get that DLL and get that in. That's new for me.
Well, that's because there's specific DLLs that I like that work best with my camera.
Okay.
It comes with a MallinCam DLL. I
Interesting.
just prefer to use
Okay.
another build is probably the best way to say it. Now, what we start to see is, oh, am I losing frames? Yes, I'm losing frames. I'm just going to crank this up to 30. Yeah. That 26 is a very nice camera. It's got small pixels, but it gave me agita for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, it didn't like me. It's probably the best way to put it. And I mean, this is my Rasa's got the DS62, which is basically the same chip, only bigger. And that thing runs like a little bear. I do like the fact that we can talk.
It's easier than writing all the time.
Yeah, geez, I'm always losing the chat. In fact, I'm closing it right now. Not visible. Director. Oh, this must be what you were talking about, huh? That's the list. Yeah, well, my chat was covering it.
Yeah, you got it with the chat up.
I got it. No worries. No,
I've written to Steve about it, and he just wrote back. He said, "Yeah, thanks for the report." So I don't know. See what happens. Yeah, I never knew about that, Jack. Thanks for you showed me last time. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see my.
You're always
credit.
learning with this program. It's like you can go deep on it, but it's on the shot cap. I mean, that's deep too. It's a big learning curve by the looks of it.
Well, again, I go back to the if you know an AP workflow, you can use SharpCap.
Yeah,
Tools are kind of the same because he's got a sequencer. He's got autofocus, which I still have to figure out. And
it's
then,
got a lot.
yeah, a lot of these tools are all new. So like the feature tracker you would use on something like the moon, and you would feature track something that's got a lot of high contrast, so like a rim of a crater, and then it will guide using that feature,
Wow,
which is really cool.
that's nice. I want to get back into it.
Yeah, geez, that's been hard to come by.
I think you're right, though, Jeff. The skies are getting a little bit more smoky. I looked at Astro, whatever you call it, that
Oh
chart.
yeah.
Yeah, and you could see that the smoke is getting in and moving in a bit.
I don't know how. This has got to be the 5th year that Canada's been on fire, and you got to wonder if there's any more fuel left.
I think they've got different people, like people that woke thing, and who I don't know. I shouldn't say. You wonder, and also probably there's a different philosophy to let things burn a bit more now, and
Well, the Indians that I used to read about would have they would burn the forests to get rid of the brush.
yeah, to get rid of that. That's the problem. Is the brush.
Didn't burn the trees;
No,
it just burned the crap.
Yeah.
They would do that every year.
Yeah, I think there was a beetle problem which killed a lot of trees, and so that deadwood is basically burning now.
Yeah, the pine beetle.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And then we've got up here, all the ash trees are dying.
Oh God.
So you can drive pretty much anywhere around here, and just there's like whole clumps of trees that have died, and they're all ash. And that's ash trees aren't the strongest trees in the world to begin with, and these things are monsters. Big wind comes along,
They crack open.
Yeah. Let me see if I've got 6 minutes. Not bad for 6 minutes. And my big test with this target is there's a little, and I won't get it because my collimation is so bad. But right in through here, there's a little black spire of something. In fact, this might be it right here. And if you can resolve that, then you're doing pretty good. So let's go someplace else. Let's see if the Triffid is still in view. Let me turn off the stacker. And turn off this.
Jack, I've been watching Jeff's bitrate uprate. Like he's in the 4 to 500 kilobits, which is the sort of the range which I think Rock can even handle. That's what you're sending up, which is nothing. It's basically your audio.
Yeah. When you're doing deep sky, you can get away with low bit rate.
Yeah, much lower.
It's when you're doing solar or you're doing planets, and then the bit rate goes up because the screen's always changing.
See, one of the things I told Steve that he has a problem. You used to be able to, on a screen share, define the frames per second, so you can make it 4 frames per second for something like this, and the bit rate will be way down. But it doesn't work anymore. So I told him, it got broken somewhere. So right now it's going down because when you don't have much movement, but it's gone up now because you got movement.
Yeah.
'Cause I was just thinking about Rock. He can definitely handle it when he doesn't move the frames that much. I want to get back on, get Rock back on.
Oops.
I
Yeah.
hope so. Yeah.
I mean, Rusty
Get
would
everybody
probably,
up and training again.
yeah. Meridian flip. Darn it. Oh, I'm at max gain. That's, darn it. How did I do that?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I know you can enlarge that and move it. Yeah. And the chat you can pop out, but I found that if you pop out the chat and you've only got one screen, if you delete the original chat window, it will delete both. If you move the chat pop out to a second screen and you delete the original chat window, it doesn't delete the second one. That's what I told Steve about. It's a bug. So
Okay, so let me start this so that it, this mount is the CGXL. Well, I'm doing 6 minutes. I mean, that's, and I'm dithering. Well, that's what hurts you is if it tracks too well, you you you're going to get either some rotation or like this much right here. That'll go away because I'm dithering. And if I went out like 30 minutes, that would disappear.
is that smudge a dust bunny type of thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bunny of dust. There we go. Got some nice blue in there. Oh, I gotta figure out the. 95 frames, and it's 11:30. That's not bad. So the views are being hurt a little bit because my stars are so crappy. So it's a soft image. But this is what I love, is the color of the stars. As much as I like this is just as important. I have a tool now that will, as long as the coordinates are in the image, and a simple plate solve can do that, it will break out every galaxy that's in the image in its own little image, and it'll tile them all up and give you the names.
Wow. Is that an add-on to Photoshop or something?
No, Cyril.
Oh, Cyril. Okay, yeah, I've used that one. Yeah.
I've been beta testing a lot of stuff, and they have they've added Python to Cyril. So now people are starting to write extensions, Python extensions for Cyril, and that's one of them. It's called, what's it called? I can't show you. It's not on this machine. Like Galaxy, what's that? I wish I could remember the name.
Oh, there is a button to press. Hang on one sec. I'm going to do it myself, my end. Yeah. This picture-in-picture doesn't want to. Oh, weird. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing the other day when I said that it was acting weird. It was doing some weird stuff to the.
Okay, if you move your mouse over the picture-in-picture, it should say back to tab, and then you press that in the middle, right in the middle of the frame. Go take your mouse right in the middle of the picture-in-picture, wherever it is, and a little tab comes up, say back to tab. Okay. Yeah. No, it doesn't. No.
And you can read the all the settings, which is nice. Yeah. So if I click on the settings icon, is that what I want to do? The settings? No, that's not what I want to do. Where do you get, maybe that's show stats. That's what it is. So it shows 3 people. This is a 1728 by 1080. That's a weird number. It's 60 frames a second. You know, you could knock the bit rate down substantially if you just went to 30 frames, because
No, it's at
we really don't
27
need
now.
it.
You can go down to 6 or something. But that has to be added to the URL. But it doesn't work right now. I'll wait to see when he fixes it.
Mesh cache. I used to do 24/7 streams from the McCormick Center in Chicago. Trade show stuff.
"24/7, like full time."
Yep.
Wow.
Well, once you set it up, you don't have to.
You don't have to do anything. Yeah.
Yeah. But it got hairy. We're doing the live shows, so you would have three live shows a day. So you had people running around the floor trying to grab content, and then you had 3 or 4 editors all cramming that stuff together to make packages, and then your live show. So the big thing was trying to find people that would talk at a trade show.
Yeah, that's fast burnout doing that stuff.
Yep. I did it for a lot of years.
Wow.
My
Good money though.
yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. Never got to see anything because you were always working. I mean, those were 14-hour days.
Yeah.
For 10 days working flat out like that.
I volunteered to do the convention when it was live for the RASC National at the university. I had 5 cameras that I got volunteers to help out. And then I did a sort of a live mix with one of those editors. But I also recorded all the streams, all the camera feeds separately.
Yeah.
I was editing for 6 months after that to finish, 14 or 15.
I bought
All for free.
Atomos Ninja. Was it a Ninja?
What's that?
It was a recorder. So I would record the program feed of the live shows to hard drives, and then I had to upload all those shows after they were finished to whoever was paying us their servers. That was always a pain in the ass.
That would take a while.
Yeah, tell me about it. 30-minute shows.
Yeah.
Fortunately, they were only 1080p. Nothing, not like 4K or anything.
Oh no, 4K would be a killer.
Yeah. Okay, let's go someplace else. Stop. I don't know if I can get this one. The hourglass. That might be too big. Yeah, let's go there and see what it looks like. 6530. $65.30. So how did you find Ninja, Jack? Did they lose them? Yeah. Oh, well, that's nice.
I miss seeing the live, and when somebody was talking about it on the forum, I said, "Well, why not use Ninja? You know, better than Zoom."
Yeah. Well, Zoom.
I hate Zoom. I can't handle it.
I don't do anything that's Chinese.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know, because it's peer to peer. You know, Steve has talked about, you know, how he's helped out some people behind the, you know, not the Iron Curtain, but, you know, China, who are worried about being observed. That it would be hard for them getting to be observed on a peer to peer system.
Mm-hmm.
But this goes through a server, so it's not, you know, not the same. But originally, it's all peer to peer.
Okay. I remember this. I remember this. Okay, so let's do a live stack and see what happens. I think all of the stuff is off to the left, the good stuff, but we'll see what happens here. Yeah. Because this thing's so big for my focal length. Yeah, yeah. I'll leave it here and let it go. Man, I could smell smoke now. So I must be getting hit to be FWHM numbers up this high. I've got to have smoke. That's one nice thing about having the FWHM. It really gives you a pretty good feel for what your skies are like. You're seeing. Because you'll see that it will kind of go up and down like a wave. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Well, I normally on good nights, I'm down in the 7s or 8s. So that's like 3 times, 4 times what it, but I mean, I can really smell smoke right now. It's, if I start coughing, that's what's going on.
Yeah, I heard you cough there.
See, now what I would do with OBS is I would put my lower thirds would have the target name and then other pertinent information about like the gear that would come in every minute.
There's got to be a way you can do that.
I've just got to sit down and play with
Yeah.
it. But I've tried 2 different things so far and they both failed miserably.
Grab a screen as opposed to. Yeah, you can grab you can grab a screen, you can grab the program, which is a window. But if you grabbed a screen and you wrote on that screen with an Epic pen, can you do that? Like, as long as you can write on it. Yeah. I'm going to just try something that only Jeff will be able to see. Jeff, I'm just going to write on the screen, okay?
Hang on. Okay.
You see
Yep.
that?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. You could do the same thing, but only you could see it from me because I'm a viewer. But you being the telescope operator, everybody will see that if they don't do a picture-in-picture. Sort of like, yeah, it's just a free. Well, if you right click it, I'm sorry. If you wait, I gotta get rid of it. Disable it. Clear. You right click the screen share. You'll see toggle draw mode down at the bottom there.
So
As long as you're not in picture-in-picture.
now I'm in enhance.
Uh,
I don't see anything.
So if you right click on your screen share, you're not seeing a list.
I toggled draw mode. Now it's gone.
On the bottom left, you see enable drawing. It'll bring up a little three tabs along the bottom left.
They're minor at the top, center.
Oh.
So I have enhanced, translate audio, and picture-in-picture. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, but yeah. What program are you using? I mean, which browser?
Edge.
Maybe that's why. Chrome is different, maybe. It depends on the browser, usually. Well, I'll have to look into it more. I'll try my end. Yeah, that's what I was using, yeah. Oh, do you? Yeah, apparently Edge and Chrome are the same back end, I think.
Audio destination. Yeah, the little when I toggle draw mode, I get the 3 icons, but I only get picture-in-picture, enhance, whatever that means, and translate audio. I don't get the ability to draw.
Yeah. What version of Windows are you using?
24H2?
No, is it 10 or 11?
11.
11. Odd.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just a basic drawing tool. He does have a better one, and I said to him, I said, there's a problem with it. You can't really draw on a screen share. So he made it drawing on a screen share, but the screen share is not integrated with something that we can use. So I'm going to talk to him again about it. But I keep on bugging him, so I'm going to lay off him a bit. Yeah, that works. That's a good way of doing it.
One thing I do like is the when you guys are talking, there's a little green light next to your name.
Yeah, it's got a lot of information there. It shows you. Make sure that the person's got their speaker on so they can hear you, and also if they've got the mic on by mistake, you can see it or off.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening because stuff like this is generally an overlay. So that might be interfering with OBS is using like browser tools for overlays within OBS. So that might be something that there's a conflict.
Yeah, I think you're onto something there.
which not a big deal. I mean, it would still work for going out to YouTube, so it just seems to be something that's up.
You should just write
I'll have to
use the
try that.
text feature in OBS and see if that shows up. You know, just the basic text.
Yeah. Next time.
Next time, yeah.
So what you can see, Jack, is that my little booger is gone. And that's because of the dither. And I'm also using a simulated flat. So this linear gradient removal is looking, so if I can do this with the DS24 because it's only the outer edges where I have problems, so that works well. If I tried to do that with the Raza, it would fail miserably because the Raza has such a hot spot. Little Gem Nebula, Red Spider Nebula. Oh, that's small. Omega, we were just there. Eagle. Oh, that's cute. Wonder if we can get that. It might be something that's. Let's try it. 6822. $68.22. This might be a, with my skies, this might be a big ask. So with your Starlink, did you get the roaming version? Okay, so you're just paying as you need it? Nice. Yeah, what's it like, 120 bucks for the roam? 165? But it's better than what you had. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Gotcha. The price you pay for convenience. No, I don't know if we're going to get this one. And with my focus, my collimation being off. Yeah. Right in there it is. I don't think it's going to be worth the effort. A little too faint for my skies. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Sorry, I got rid of Aquila. Oh, I want to go to the bubble. Where are you, bubble? Elfin trunk. It's around here somewhere. Can't be that high already. Little rosette, bow tie. Oh, I see it. 76.35. So
Sharp Cap is a slewing tool as well.
yeah, it will. It has its own catalog, which you can set up in the settings. So if you go to, I have to wait till this is done.
Yeah, don't worry about it now. No, don't worry about it.
Yeah, it tells you what it's doing right here.
Got it. Yeah, I forgot what you were talking about. That. Yeah, you were saying the plate solving, and of course that's that's mapping the two things together. Yeah.
Yep.
It's coming back to me slowly.
There's some software from a guy called, I forget his name, but he develops Sky Tracker, and he lives out near, what's that town that's near Detroit? Windsor.
Yeah, on the Canadian side. Yeah.
Yeah. He is a Canadian, and he charges you like $18 and he gives the money to some charity of his choosing, which doesn't bother me. But that software is awesome. It will track sats if you have the mount that will allow that to happen.
Do it, yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, I think that's positioned good enough for me.
I just find that you're sending the telescope to, slewing the telescope to the right place is really accurate. Like I've always find it's mine a little bit more off.
Yeah, I have a star sense on both my mounts.
Oh, right. Yeah, that would do
So
it.
I'll do an initial rough alignment, 3-star generally,
And
most
that
of
would
the
do
time.
the rest. Yeah, nice.
And I usually bust out before it goes. It wants to do a 4-star, but because of my trees, I can do 3, and then I'll stop it.
Yeah.
And that's accurate enough to get the scope to go in the right direction. But if you're plate solving like I am on
really,
both rigs, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I could just do a home
Yeah, but if it's plate solving, you don't need the star sense, though, do you? I mean, I don't.
No, but if it makes it easier if I'm out by the mount, I can pick some stuff out there and have the hand controller. The
Oh,
way I have my stuff set up, I can still use the hand controllers
because
at
you're
the
remote
mount.
right now, right?
Yes, I'm in
Yeah.
the garage.
Yeah.
I'm about 60 feet away from everything. So what's going on here?
Do you roll out your scope, or is it already out there?
No, I roll it out.
Yeah.
Wow. The FWHM numbers go down again. Up. Now see, that's 17. Huh. Just seems awful light. So I'll just leave this a little lighter and you can watch this little smudgy spot here disappear after it does a few. Dithers. And it doesn't get, the dithers don't get in the way of the experience, I don't think, outside of my poor, rotten, horrible collimation.
I've had a few dithers in my
Yes.
time.
Yeah, me too. That was after a few nights of gin. I mean, even this is not looking the best. This should be bright. What is this? 24 seconds. That should be a lot brighter.
I think you're getting the smoke.
Yeah. Let me look and see where the scope's pointed. Yeah, it's pointing east. Well, not quite. I can kind of see, it almost looks like light and dark areas in the sky. I've lived in this place since 1972, and before that, I can throw a rock and hit the house I used to live in. And when I was a kid, you could see the Milky Way. Now
Wow.
you gotta fight to see the main constellations. Yep. Well, you have the same problem I do because you got Louisiana, or Louisiana, not, what's that? New Orleans is to your west, right? Yeah. So you have the same problem I do. You got light domes. You know what? Did I start this? Yeah, I did. No, I didn't. When I have a lot of wind, I like to keep the targets within the 1 degree, which is good for a scope as big as the C14. It's a heavy rig. So when I got wind, you'll see, I can tell you which way the wind's coming from because it's pushing it. All the targets start going off to one side. All right, so let me see. We got 14 frames in there. Why? You can see how it's already starting to fade away. We get that first dither. So generally the noise clears out after 3 or 4 frames, sometimes 5. Yeah, even just hurting. Let me look at what do I want to do here? Ninja. Yeah, that's probably what.
Yeah, you're getting a green section coming in. I saw that on mine.
Yeah. I mean, I can't believe how many. I mean, literally, there's got to be nothing left up there. It's been burning for 5 years.
I know.
Last year, you know what happened last year? They didn't have enough snow, and in the spring, the fire started again because it got into the into the whatever that stuff is that's frozen.
Yeah, it's burning underground. Yeah,
Yeah,
permafrost. What the I know what you mean. Yeah.
yeah,
So it just pops up anywhere.
yep, yep. I think a lot of that was started. Somebody started all that crap.
I think you're right.
It's like Hawaii and California. Anything that was blue didn't burn.
There was a place in northern Alberta that produces oil, and there was a fire, and the whole town got burnt basically. And they talked about it, and they didn't talk about it very much, but they said that the fire started in an area where they thought somebody was doing a little bit of fire, starting or whatever, and but they didn't want to make a big deal out of it. But it burnt down the whole town, and and you sort of wonder why, if somebody did it on purpose, because the oil prices changed after that. It was a big what is it? Can't think. Oil. The where they get the oil from the dirt.
Oh, the
Sand.
oil? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's what Biden killed that pipeline for that.
Yep. Now we want to ship it out to BC if they can take it, because we don't want to ship it down to the States. Well, you know what they're doing now is they're shipping it to the States at a discount.
Yeah, yeah. And by train, right?
I don't know how they're doing it. There
Yeah, I think
are
it's
some
by
pipelines,
train.
but not enough.
And the funky thing is Warren Buffett owns the trains, all the tankers.
Yeah. No, and then they refine it, and then they sell it back to people, and make a good killing on it. But Trump put 10% tariff on it, so I don't know what's going on.
Well, that a lot of that has to do with the border. Like where I am,
Yeah.
Every day on the news, they talk about people that jump in a boat on your side and go across to my side, and there's like boats.
Really?
Oh,
Wow.
it's terrible.
Wow. Well, we're getting we were they let in 2 million not refugees. I think they were refugees into Canada
Yeah,
last year. What Trudeau did, and of course Toronto, the rents went up because people couldn't find a place to live.
yep.
So
Yeah, it's not good.
all I'm saying, Jeff, is you can have them. No, I shouldn't say.
Yeah. Well, you need what is happening in California and Portland and New York City. You need somebody to kick their asses out.
Yeah, well, somebody's doing it in the States.
Yeah. I had to chuckle a little bit because today ICE went to was it a Home Depot somewhere in California?
Oh, yeah, that's where they
And
find them. Yeah.
yeah, when they get out of the car, there's a guy with a tow truck and he's towing the ICE vehicles away.
Really?
Oh, his ass is toast. You don't do that to the feds, man.
No, those guys don't play around.
No, they do not. Oh man. And then there was another guy, they caught him yesterday, I think, or the day before. They would they'd do a raid someplace at some business, and this guy would show up and he'd start stabbing all the tires.
Oh God, you're kidding.
No. And I don't have any problem with someone that wants to be here, but these people don't even attempt to learn English.
No, I know. Well, I thought the stats said that there were 1 million people that left or voluntarily.
1.3.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
Yep. And
That's nothing, I think. Yeah.
there was a story that said that for if you take from the time that things started getting bad, there's 60 million illegals in our country.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's 27 house seats. That's what it is. There's votes. They
Yeah.
bring them in for votes, and then they get them. They don't have an education. Most of them are the kids. I feel sorry for the kids because
Yeah,
a
the
lot
kids. Yeah, the families. Yeah.
the kids have been trafficked, and a lot of them are dead. 300,000 they can't find. Yeah, sick.
It's nasty.
Did you see the news today? It said Obama was
Oh, Russiagate.
no, not Russiagate. It came out today, I think, from a Bongino. Someone that was working with Bongino leaked that Obama was a child predator.
I've heard stories. Yeah.
Yeah. Big Mike. You know that Obama and Michelle have a place on Martha's Vineyard.
It's and millions. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
And
And a
there's no way
private beach.
he can afford that.
Yeah. Well,
And they had a
no
chef,
money.
and the chef
Yeah, the chef
died.
died. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Mysterious.
nothing ever happened.
I know. Yeah, he died on a paddleboard or something. I don't know. In very low water. I mean, very
Yeah,
little. Yeah,
yeah.
hardly any water.
It was above his head.
God.
Was it? There's gotta be. Let's see. Where are those galaxies? Oh, there's the Iris. Cat's eye. They out of view already? Let's try. Let's see if they're in view. M82. Oh yeah, out of view. Trees. Freaking trees. I wonder if the bow tie is. That might be too close. Little rosette. The iris. I've been in the iris in a while. 7023. Probably be the same problem. It's in the same area. NGC 7023. Well, I have 20 more frames. No, 10 more frames to do on the Raza, and I'm probably going to call it. So we'll get what we can with the iris. Let's see here. Where am I going?
Hey, Jack, you got the bird in the background, don't you?
Yeah, that's Jack.
Yeah, you got your bird in the background. It's okay. Amazing.
There's the iris. So let's see what we can do with the iris.
With Ninja, you can really hear the things because of the higher quality audio.
Yeah, oh yeah. Let's see. Try 32 seconds. Ooh. Might be in the trees, maybe? Huh.
I think your trees have grown since that image you had.
Yeah, it's an antique like me. Although it's showing up there. That's a long ways from the trees. So let's go someplace else. Crescent should be around here somewhere. There it is. 6888. Let's see what we got here. Last 5 frames have not been couldn't align. Now we got something. There we go. Got something.
Just amazed how you get it on target.
That's not me.
Well, yeah, I know. Well, it's your tools.
Yeah, in SharpCap, if you go to, where is it? Plate solving. You have options for different plate solvers, and I'm using the SharpCap solver. But these are all the solvers that can be used with SharpCap. And because I'm using the SharpCap solver, I am using the 0.25 degree data set because I'm my focal length is so long. So I need to see fainter stars, which that gives me.
Yeah, a lot to learn on SharpCap, but it's amazing. That's a paid version, right? You got to buy it for a year.
Yeah, well, he has a version you can pay lifetime now, which I did. Yep. Yep. And it's not that. Yeah, it's not. I forget what it was. It wasn't that unreal. I mean, I figure, how many years do I have left on this rock? And what I was paying, and I think I can come out ahead.
You got to live long. So.
Yeah. So let me just check the FWHM number here. Let's see. So, I mean, that's 3 minutes of data right there. And it's only going to get better. You can already start to see the little, whatever you call a jellyfish stringers. What's going on? Something happened here. No, it's something's going on. Yeah. Yep. I see that. Hang on. So I want. There it goes. Little hiccup. That from what I can see. And that's a 500, 600 kilobit stream.
Yeah, about 500.
Yeah. So it's a variable bitrate stream.
Yeah, it's a variable frames per second.
Because when it goes up, we're probably talking.
No, well, the talk doesn't take much.
No, but it's about what the bump is.
It could be right. But it is moving frame rate, like from 18 to 21, 22, the frame rate's bumping around.
Yeah.
That wouldn't happen if you were going through OBS. It would stay at about 30. That's why I like the screen capture better, because it keeps the resolution so it's sharp, but it varies the speed.
Well, I'm not using OBS.
No, I know. That's why I like your screen grabbing. The screen sharing is basically what it's called.
Gotcha. Different terminologies.
Yeah, I know. I don't use my right terminology, and then it's hard for you to figure out what the hell I'm telling. Yeah, you're down to 16 frames a second now. 17, 16.
Well, a big thing when I was growing up, we had modems.
Oh.
And we used to do video with those. Wasn't very good. They were like little postage stamps.
Oh, God.
But we were doing video.
Is that on a dial-up?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you were one of the pioneers.
I wouldn't go that far. Back then, they had BBSs. This was before the internet.
Yeah, no, I had a BBS way back when.
Yeah.
Well, I logged into a BBS, I should say.
Yeah. There used to be I really loved the Commodore Amiga. And that
was a good machine
was so far ahead of its time.
Yeah.
It's still ahead of its time. Even today. It's just the chip.
My wife had one, and she sold it to her friend, and she used that thing for her bookkeeping and everything for, I don't know, till the mid 2000s, I would say. I mean, like 10 years ago.
Yep.
I couldn't believe
That's how I got into 3D animation was the video toaster.
Yeah, the video toaster. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it only worked with the Amiga.
Yeah. I had a PC equivalent of it, but it wasn't as good.
That was the first computer that had specialized chips. So there was an audio chip, there was a graphics chip.
Yeah.
It had what really made the video toaster work was that special slot that it had. It was some sort of expansion slot that the video toaster could really shine.
Yeah. Yeah, you could do editing and stuff with that stuff. Like it would video capture, and then you can manipulate it, if I remember.
Yep. But you wound up with, I could care less about the switcher that it came with. The 3D program was a plus for me. And then I learned computer graphics with that. And that got me into the film and video business. And then I started going to all the shows. So I went to SIGGRAPH and I went to NAB and all the other smaller graphics related shows. And I got to talking to like all the HP engineers.
Wow.
And they would come in with their trick mainframes. They're like $250,000 machines. Oh my God. And this guy, I got to know one guy really good, and we would email back and forth, and he would always give me a heads up on when something new was coming out that I could use in the computer graphics business. Those were the days.
I was going to say, yeah. Now you can get AI to do it all for you.
Don't get me started with AI.
Well, I must admit, some of the YouTubes now, when you've got the voice, it's all the same, and the pauses are not correct. Oh, it just throws me off. I hate it.
Well, I have seen AI generated video that is very, 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 very hard to tell that AI
I know
did
it's
it.
getting so good. I know.
Yeah. Scary good.
Yeah. You almost like you need to have a disclaimer. This is, AI image.
That'll
Not,
never happen.
yeah.
That will never happen.
No.
That's like on the MallinCam group, they're starting to experiment with image enhancement using like ChatGPT. And the problem with that is that the computer,
Adds things.
the model has stolen everything on the internet.
Yeah.
So most of the imagery that's on the internet is color. It's not black and white.
Yeah.
And when it enhances, it's going to take a look at what is already seen, and it might steal some of that to do a little enhancing.
That I do some streaming. We do have we stream our club of what? Well, it's not a club, society, at York University at the astronomy section there, and that's the one thing that the professor talks about now. They do have one, one of these images that they can show. I don't know the names of them, but like the electronic ones, the small units.
Yeah.
And they do an AI processing, and now she basically says, "Look, guys, this is not right. You can't get good data from something like that."
No, it's going to make people lazy.
Yeah.
Like
Well, it's false data. It's false data. You're getting false data in some.
Yeah. And if it takes liberty with your data and calls it enhancement, then
Yeah.
It might leave something out, or it might add something.
Add something.
It might add something from someone else.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
You don't know
how it's doing.
I mean, it creates beautiful pictures, but it's not real. Something.
Yeah. You know what is really good? Grok.
I like Grok. I do like Grok. Yes. I don't have Grok. I haven't used Grok 4, but I've just used the cheap one, the free one.
Oh my God. I've been doing some crypto stuff, and I asked it to give me some stats. Oh my God. Unbelievable. You don't need a freaking financial manager anymore.
I know. If you know how to use it, it's just mind-boggling.
Yep.
I mean, that's what's going to happen now. I think that the world is going to move so much faster because everybody's just putting it into AI and then getting results fast. So
when I make my millions and millions of dollars off of crypto, I want to buy Optimus.
Oh, well, they say it's only about $10,000. That's what he wants to sell it for.
I think the first ones are going to be 30.
Oh, okay.
And probably won't have much of a battery life. They have to be near a wall to get anything useful out of it. But he was talking that in 2 years, what they're working on now is going to be, you can put them in factories.
His timeline, though, is usually off.
This wasn't Elon talking.
Oh, it wasn't Elon. Okay, then I trust you.
Well,
it's what I'm really looking forward to in some ways is the I mean, they've got them now, the robo taxis, but I mean that's going to really help elderly people who can't drive.
Yeah.
And they can just get in their little robo taxi or their own Tesla and go anywhere they want without having somebody else drive for them.
Well, being 71, I don't look forward to that day, not being able to drive.
Yeah, well, I'm in my 70s too, but it's the same thing. I mean, when you get to 80 in Ontario, you've got to get retested every 2 years or something.
Do you? Jeez.
So then that's a little scary. I mean, they want to weed out the people who've got dementia problems, which is great. But, still, I look at 85 being a cutoff point.
Well, I had the Erie County Social Services send me a form and asked me about a business that I had 20 years ago, and said if the business is no longer available or no longer viable, that I have to do this, 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 and this. So I typed down a nice message and said that the partner and I parted ways amicably, and we haven't seen each other in 20 years.
And so delete it.
And after 7 years, I destroyed all the records. So there are no records for the business anymore.
Wow.
It's some freaking bureaucrat that
Yeah.
sits on his butt or her butt.
Well, at least they're trying to clear up the records, but maybe a bit late.
Yeah. Well, they were actually asking about something else, and I misdirected them.
Well, they can't come after you, not after those many years.
No. Nope. And that's what I said. Basically, we've got a new financial system that's in the midst of firing up. And
maybe what they're doing is they're having AI search the records now and spitting
well,
out.
that's what the IRS was doing here.
Yeah.
Now the IRS is gone.
Well,
did you know that, Jack? No more IRS.
I'd still file your taxes though.
Under 200,000, no taxes.
What? Is that what Trump gonna do?
Yep.
Yeah, well, yeah, but he's gonna pay for it through tariffs, so that we'll be paying for you. Oh no, you guys are paying the tariffs, not us. No.
Only if you buy something that's got a tariff on it.
Yeah, that's right. Wow. Anything with steel and aluminum.
Oh, it'll all work out.
Yeah, we will. Yeah. Well, he's amazing if he can do it. I'm amazed.
Well, he's talking about August 1st. You'll like this, Jack. We're going to start receiving checks. For the money they're collecting.
They are collecting like a lot of money.
They've got $137 billion in June.
In 1 month.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's. Yeah. Yeah. And so he's collecting a lot of money. Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens August 1st, I tell you, because a lot of countries are going to have their stuff tariffed.
Well, I'm going to tell you this, not to be a pain in the butt kind of Yankee from down north, south, wherever I'm from.
Remember the War of 1812. That's all I can tell you, Jeff.
Well, the Indian Wars were here. So
yeah.
That Carney, Mark Carney.
Yeah.
He was brought in by Trump to get the books in order to
well,
and you know what that means.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I'm my what's my analysis of Carney is still out because we don't know what he's going to do, which way he's going to go, whether he's going to be Mr. Nice Guy or Mr. Tough Guy.
Well, he's not anybody's guy. He's
no,
Trump's
right now and nobody knows. After August 1st, we'll know how he's
well,
going to
I think you missed my point. He was brought in to get the books in order, just like Doge.
You think so?
Yeah. And once the books are in order, Canada will, Canada is not a country.
Well, Canada shouldn't have been a country because it's only.
Well, England never, the Queen never signed the papers to make
Yeah.
Canada a country.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
And who was just in Quebec saying that they don't know, they no longer have anything to do with Canada, what was known as Canada. So there's going to be a lot of changes happening up north, like it or not.
I know. You could see the rumblings of it because I mean, he's told his staff that they've got to find a certain amount of layoffs right
Yep.
now,
Yep.
and that is very rare for federal bureaucracy to start
Yep.
laying off people. But he's planning on laying off big time.
Well, you do know that Alberta's been to Washington.
Oh yeah, to Mar-a-Lago too. Yeah, yeah.
20 times.
Oh no, she's in. Well, she was down at Mar-a-Lago with Mr. Wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if
no, she's not, she's a separate thing, and in fact, they want to separate. So we'll be seeing it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, but that's where all the money is. That's $4 billion.
I know they've got all the oil.
You lose that, and you lose the money that we were giving you.
I know.
Canada's done.
I know. The oil is holding us together.
Yep.
No,
And
I mean, if you
I'm
guys
not trying to be a wise guy about it. It's just
no, if you guys get Alberta, we're you might as well take Ontario.
Yeah. Well, we don't want it.
Hey, you can have me.
I'm just kidding. Although I have heard some interesting stuff about tribunals. Wow.
Tribunals?
Yeah.
Where? In North America? In Canada?
Not in Canada per se, but Gitmo is full.
Gitmo,
Greenland has got tribunals happening. Guam has got tribunals.
Military tribunals. Yeah, you're right.
Well, it's the only reason the military is doing it is because that's the only way it can be done.
Well, yeah, because the regular courts are
they're screwed up.
Yeah, I know. No, I do agree with you. Things are going to change really rapidly. If we
yes, they are, and for you, it might be much faster than you think.
Well, if it is much faster, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to, how can I say, check out of this world because they won't be able to handle it.
Yeah, the Trump derangement syndrome.
Yeah, it's going to be really quite massive because people are going about their normal ways, not knowing what could happen.
Well, on that happy note, I think I'm going to call it a night.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. I really appreciate all this. It's really, I'm getting, I tell you, I keep on saying, I'm getting my fix. I've been missing it.
Yeah, the images aren't too bad for as bad as the stars looked.
Yeah. Now, Jack, you got to get going on. Get those clear skies going. Okay. There's got to be a better way to announce things because I don't get any notices on my forum page. Maybe I gotta have to look into that. No, I know. I see the post, but I've got to make sure I look at the forum. That's all.
Yeah, the link. Maybe there should be a. You got groups in the messaging, right, where you can sort out groups. Maybe we can have one that's just for the stream, so that you can put the links in there.
Yeah, it needs to be something like that. And if
forgetting.
they do change, they need to have, I don't know, that's, yeah. Yeah, right now they're not changing right now. The only thing I was thinking of putting something extra in is a notice for a viewer that, because they're just going to get a blank screen if the telescope operator hasn't started, that's all. But yeah. That's the only thing I'm thinking of extra, but other than that, they're good. Okay, Jeff. Thank you.
Yes, great talk.
Good night, Jack.
I enjoy the talking more than the chatting. Yes, and I don't have to watch the window. I can just keep doing what I'm doing.
And we can solve the world problems with talking, right?
Yeah, I just have to watch what I say. I don't want to piss people off.
No, I'm reading between the lines, Jeff. I can hear you. Okay, talk to you later.
Hey, great. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, same to you.
Bye.